Hello. Welcome in, night dwellers. Hey, Julie. Hello, hello. Let's get some people in here. Let's start sharing the live. Hello, Kimmy. Hello, Carol. Hello, it's just me. Hello, hello, Susie Q, Palm, XJ, Melanie. Hello, Louisiana Spirits. Yes, Louisiana Spirits in the house. Hello, Marcy and Heather. Hey, Roby. Hello, Nana Sherry. Hello, hello. Heather, we are so excited to get y'all in here in just a minute. Let's let the crowd grow. I am so excited. Let's start sharing the live. 5 friends, 10 friends, 15 friends. Let's get it out there. Tonight's gonna be a good night. Louisiana Spirits is in the house. Hey, Tara. Hello, darling. Tonight is Paranormal Wednesday. Hey, Sandra. Boy, do we have a treat tonight. We have Louisiana Spirits with us, paranormal investigators, the real deal. And they are here with us tonight. I love the paranormal. Hello, Ohio girl. Hello, Beverly Bright. tap, 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 tap. How is it over there on the other platform? Hey, Anna. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Heather. We gotta get revved up before the show. Doing good? Music? Hey, who's that girl? How are you? I hear you, Anna, but you're halfway through the week. Let's keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's give Louisiana Spirits a good crowd. Hello, Mary. Let's make our guests feel welcome. Thank you so much. Hello, Jess. Welcome in. Thank you for the corgi. Thank you for the heartbeat. Hello, Kelly. How are you, darling? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. We are doing great. We are excited. We have Louisiana Spirits in the house. I have been looking forward to this. Hey, howling at the moon. Who likes Paranormal Wednesday? Hello, Laloo. How are you doing, darling? Yes, please follow Louisiana Spirits. Please, 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 please follow them. I was looking at their page. I'll be diving deep into it tonight. After the show. Oh my God, I can't wait. I love it. Hey, I'm the same way, Louisiana Spirits. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 365 days a year. Hey, Magic Moon. Hey, Chariots of Fire. Everyone, come in and let's welcome Louisiana Spirits. Just a few more minutes. Let's get more crowd in here. Oh, you follow them? Oh, awesome. Hello, Pete. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Leslie Marine. Hello, Wendy. Here's my grins. Here's my night dwellers coming in. I am so excited. I've got so many questions. Hello, Diana. Let's share the live. Did you know last night with the story of the Loch Ness Monster, we had over 200 shares. I think that Julie said that is the highest that we have ever had. So let's do it again tonight. Let's share, share, share. I'm sure you will, Louisiana spirits. Hello, Guilford Gray. Hello, Glenna. Let's share it. Five more minutes and then we'll get started. Hello, Andrew. Oh yeah, night dwellers. We're a family here, and I'm the night queen, these are the night dwellers, and this is the night realm. Oh, here's my favorite. Doo-doo. Thank you for sharing. Julie, thank you for sharing. Oh yeah, thank you so much. My new page is growing quickly. I'm at 40 followers and I just started Sunday. So thank you so much. It is strictly scary stories. That's all. No kitty cats, no talk of the weather. Scary stories. So if you want consistent scary story page, come to Whispers in the Dark. Four minutes. I love my cats. It's a TikTok page. I will be starting one on the other platform though. Hey Nikki, welcome in. I am good, Nikki. How are you? In between each word is an underscore. So it's whispers underscore. In underscore. The underscore dark. Two minutes. Mary Catherine is doing quite well. She's excited. She's been looking forward to Louisiana spirits all day, moving around the room. Hello, Pastelina Pink. How are you, darling? Now, I have my ginger natural hair on that, so you're seeing me exactly the way that I actually am. This is Night Queen. That is Bryn Morgan. Yes! Oh my God. Something happened last night after the live that was absolutely terrifying. She just started talking out of the blue, and I did nothing to activate her or nothing. And Little Night Queen was up here too, so that was what was so funny. Hello, Curry. How are you? Hey, Nana Sherry. How are you? 1 minute. Hello, Eddie Santiago. She is haunted. She is. Maybe Heather and Marcy can let us know if she is. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Cruella. Are you ready, Louisiana spirits? You missed the Loch Ness Monster? It'll be live on the other platform. I just have to go in there and make it public. All right, everyone. Welcome to Twisted Tales Live. I am your host, Bryn Morgan. I'm a horror author. I am also a teller of scary stories. Tonight is Paranormal Wednesday. The Queen's crown is crooked. And tonight we have special guest, Louisiana spirits, Marcy and Heather. So excited to have them here. This is a warm, safe, loving, welcoming community, a family. We've worked hard to have this. So come in. There is no judgment here. If you like scary stories, anything paranormal, consider hitting that follow button and the notification bell and never missing another Twisted Tales Live. And welcome. This is the Night Realm. I am the Night Queen. You are my night dwellers. We have a way of how we go into story time, or shall I say special guest time today. Let's show everyone how it's done. Lower your lights. Lock your doors. Light a candle for ambiance. But we all know it's to chase the shadows away. Pull your curtains nice and tight. Wrap yourself in your warmest blanket I have to avoid the chills that are about to crawl up your spine. And let's begin. Louisiana spirits, come up to the box. Hello, hello. How are you, Heather?
I'm good. How are you?
I
Sorry.
am
Crazy.
good. Hold on one second. Let me turn the music down just a little bit. We are so excited to have you here. And let me accept another one. Here we are. All right. Everyone, night dwellers, we have Louisiana spirits in the house with us tonight. They are the real, true paranormal investigators. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
All right. So I have been excited all day long. And I am so excited. So we're just going to get started and you just take the floor, okay? So I was thinking today, and the first question that I always want to ask is what first drew you to the world of paranormal investigation?
Go
Go.
ahead, Heather. Oh, you want me to go first? Okay. Sure, go ahead. So ever since I was little, I would say I had experiences, but I grew up in a strictly Baptist home. So I kind of closed myself off. I didn't want to believe that what I was experiencing was what I was experiencing.
Right.
It wasn't until we saw a Louisiana Spirits event that they were hosting and we attended it and we got to investigate with the entire team.
Wow.
As the public. And I had my first experience with them opening myself up after closing myself off
Yeah.
for 25 years.
Yeah. I bet it was liberating for you, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Amazing. What drew you to the paranormal?
Well, it started when I was a child. I had my first full body apparition. I saw it when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was at my grandmother's house in one of the back bedrooms. I saw this woman walk right down the hall. I thought it was my mother, so I jumped up, went into the room to go see her, and there was no one there. So I turned around and walked up to the kitchen, and everybody was in the kitchen. And instead of being scared, it just fascinated me. And so since then, I've just been fascinated with it.
That's incredible. That's incredible. How long have y'all been doing paranormal investigating as Louisiana spirits?
We've been around since 2005.
Wow. Okay. Do you remember what your first case was?
Ooh.
I can't speak to that because I joined actually a few years after the group was created by Brad Duplashan.
Mm-hmm.
He created the group in 2005, and actually I went to an event that they were putting on and just fell in love with it and asked if hey, you guys need more team members? And they said, well, sure. And so I joined. So I don't know what the
Wow.
first one was that they did.
Yeah. How many investigators do y'all have?
Oh,
Well, we're divided up throughout the state so we can help people quicker, get to people quicker. So we have a northern team. I think Bess has 4 or 5 investigators on her team. We have a west team, and I think there's 6 or 7.
That's
We
incredible.
we have the Acadiana team, which is all around Acadiana. We had a central team, but we're kind of running the central team also that covers the central part of Louisiana. And then we have an eastern team, and they have 6 people. But the Acadiana team is the largest because we cover not only Acadiana, but the central part of Louisiana also.
Wow.
we
I
have
have heard that
what,
Louisiana
10
is
as well?
haunted. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
so you believe, so you lean more toward belief when you go toward a location, like you know. Um, so, how do you prepare yourself mentally before walking into a place that is haunted? Do you mainly go to buildings, residences? What are you called to?
We're called to just about anything and everything, private
Wow.
clients and their homes,
Wow.
business owners. We have mayors that call us to come into locations and
Wow.
try to speak to the spirits there to calm them down.
Yeah.
Just about any place that we get called to, we reach out to a lot of places too and
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
do you want us to come in? So
So,
there's a lot of places.
do they like contact y'all by website or do they call you and you go in there and see all the responses and then y'all contact them and try to plan, a time to come out and do an
Well,
investigation?
Well, they email us. They can go on our website. The mayor of a town here in Acadiana called Opelousas, he actually has my phone number in his phone. So if he needs something, he'll
Wow.
just text me. Yeah. So we've made a lot of connections over the years.
That's
and
awesome.
So, but if anybody needs help that has never contacted us, they can go through the website, which Heather put together for us, or they can actually just any of our social media reach out to us.
Yeah. Did you have anything to say, Heather?
Oh, Heather went away. There she is.
I put the website down in the comments.
Thank you. Thank you.
So y'all can
Guys.
check it out.
Yeah.
Our Facebook is probably the prime way to get in contact with us. But yeah, I agree with everything Marcy said. I mean, we do everything. We respond usually pretty quickly to any requests, and we try to set it up as quickly as possible.
That's incredible. Okay, so I'm a horror author. In every book that I write, I put a paranormal investigating team in there. And, when I was doing it, I was putting all the tools that they use, the EVP, the spirit box, and all. I want to know from a real team, what do you take with you to an investigation? For future reference, I'm going to store this away.
Okay, so let me tell you about myself. I am what you would call a skeptic believer. So
Okay.
I am a huge skeptic, and I will debunk anything and everything I can. But I know
That's
that there
interesting.
are spirits.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
there's spirits. I've seen them. I've heard them. I've come in contact with them. But we are really big on debunking a lot of things. So although we have all of the equipment you see on all of the shows and the TV shows and other investigators use, I prefer to use my eyes, my ears, and a voice recorder. I like EVPs. It's old school, but that's really my favorite.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Heather?
And she tries to debunk those as well.
I do.
Yeah,
That is
debunking
so
very big.
interesting.
Yeah.
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 Um,
I agree with Marcy as well. EVPs are probably the best. Along with that, I also prefer the spirit box as well.
okay. Okay.
I love my spirit box, and I think that's a good tool to use. But yeah,
Okay.
Eyes, ears, and EVPs. I love that. I'm gonna make a T-shirt.
Oh, hey, I love that. That is really, really good. So I didn't mislead anyone in the book that I wrote then. Okay, good.
There you go.
Um, how do you prepare yourself mentally before walking into a haunting? I mean, I've heard so many people say, I have to pray, I have to cleanse myself. What do y'all do?
Well, personally, I don't really do anything. I just go and I visit with the spirits, and I don't really do any of the grounding or
Okay.
the cleansing or anything like that, because I feel like I approach in a way that is so laid back and honest and open and just respectful to whoever's there.
Yeah,
Now, when I do leave, I will let them know you're not allowed to follow me home. You know, this is your place. I will come back and visit with you, and we normally always go back and visit with them, and
that's awesome.
just kind of leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Heather?
So I'm kind of similar, but being I was raised the way I was terrified. I thought in my mind everything was demonic, everything was evil. So being that afraid for so long, I always go in with a prayer. I always go in, I ground.
Sure.
I did some psychic medium classes, and she kind of taught us how to ground and prepare ourselves before we go into something that we're afraid of.
That's great.
So I take that and I start with that. And I also, before I leave, I tell them, look, you have to stay here. You cannot come back with me. You have to stay.
That's interesting. So both of y'all do that. What is the most ordinary place you've investigated that really, when you first got there, you thought nothing was going to happen? But then it shocked you with the activity. I see both of you laughing and smiling.
I know
So,
exactly what to say.
all right.
Well, you know, there's places where this is what is always kind of funny. You know, there's places you pull up, and the first thing you think is, and we've all done it, ooh, this is going to be a good one just because of the way it looks. And it might be as quiet as a mouse and get
Just dormant.
zero activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you might pull up to the most normal looking house or building and go in and get a ton of activity.
Mhm.
That's
I
so
will
crazy.
I will say that my favorite place in the state of Louisiana, and I've been to a lot of plantations, businesses, old historic plantations.
Oh, I want to go.
My favorite place is right there in Opelousas, Louisiana. It's called the St. Landry Parish Courthouse. It is an operating courthouse, and it surprised me way back in the early 2000s. I got so much evidence then, and we have been there probably over 20 times in 25 years. And
Oh, my goodness.
always get activity there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly what I was going to say. The courthouse.
That was the
I
one
mean,
you were going to talk about?
Yeah, the St. Landry Parish Courthouse. You would never, driving up to it, think that this place is haunted.
Who was it
But
haunted by? Do you know?
several spirits, I believe.
Yeah, we think there's several spirits there. I'm pretty convinced one of them is someone who used to work there that might have been a maintenance person. There's not the people you would probably think would be there, because I don't really feel like the two people that were actually, well, I can't probably say it on TikTok, but they were unalive
Unalived.
due to their crime. I don't feel as much that they're there as I do just other spirits. And I'm also a firm believer that they're not always trapped in one location. I feel like they can come and go. And that whole block,
I was going to say that.
the whole block that the courthouse is on, everything we've investigated on that block has activity.
And what
I
is the
think
name
they
of this
come and
place
go.
again?
St. Landry Parish Courthouse in
Wow.
Opelousas. That whole, so the courthouse is in the middle, and there are buildings around in like a square, and I feel like they just, like,
Go back
it's
and
almost,
forth.
I wouldn't say a portal, but it's like the spirits go between the buildings.
Wow.
They stay in that square.
I got like cold chills. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So that is the most ordinary place that has shocked you with the activity.
Yeah. And
Wow.
that was the place that I had my first experience. That was the class. And
Really?
I got touched on the arm, and there was no one there. And I'm like, did somebody touch me? And nobody was near me
Yeah.
within that building.
Oh my goodness. Um, I would wonder how this would happen. How do you approach a case when you have a family that contacts you and says they're scared in their own home?
Oh, we've had plenty of those. The first thing is to go in and not say, okay, you have a portal, you have a demon, you have a this, you have a that, because I am not a real 100% firm believer in all of that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more of the type of person, if you have a very negative energy and soul as a living human being and you're very unkind, chances are your energy is going to be in that same
In death.
mind frame,
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily it's something super evil. It could just be a bully. But we go in and we let them know that we're going to do our best to figure out what it is. We go in, if we get something, we can let them know that, look, just because somebody got scratched or pushed doesn't mean that it's something negative. If you're asking a spirit to show themselves or do something, that might be the way that they're getting your attention. So
This is true.
we go in, we make them, feel comfortable, because your home is your safe place, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
Everybody wants to feel comfortable in their home. So we go in, we help them the best we can. If they still want us to do something after we leave, we offer, if they want a priest or a preacher, someone of, Christian religion, if they want a medium to come in and bless or cleanse,
Yeah.
we try to help them find somebody to come in and do that for them.
That's awesome. Do you
Yeah.
have anything to say about that, Heather?
Oh, she covered it all. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of our clients that we meet with just need some type of closure, that to know that they're not crazy.
Yeah.
That they're
Yeah.
experiencing this and it's not all in their head. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
they just want to not feel alone.
Sure.
Also tortured in their own home.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
scary. I've went through it, so I know
Yeah.
how it is.
someone to be there and validate their feelings, I think, helps a lot. But yeah.
Yeah.
And something that's interesting is usually the first time we contact somebody, the first thing they'll usually say is, okay, you're going to think I'm crazy, but, and I'll say, no, I promise
I don't
you,
think
we're
you're
not
crazy.
We've
No.
seen, heard,
Yeah.
and experienced it all.
Okay, ladies, what's the most chilling noise or sound that you've ever heard in the dark? And but leading up to that, when you do your investigation, is it at night or is it in the day, or is it just, do you mix it or what?
The majority of them are at night, but we've done day investigations. I tell people all the time, you know what, if there's a spirit in this building, they're there all the time. They're not
Right.
setting their watch and saying, oh, look, it's, 9 p.m., it's time to get busy. So they're there all the time,
Yeah.
So we've done day, we've done night. The reason the nighttime is a little bit better, in my opinion, is, it is more quiet.
It's
at night.
quieter.
So you may not get all the traffic on the street or all the,
True.
people walking around and making noises. So
I see. I see. But anyway, now back to my question. What is the most chilling noise or sound that you have heard in the dark that you were like, oh crap, what was that?
Well, if we're gonna be serious,
Yeah, serious.
I've heard a growl before. But
Okay.
not serious. I've heard someone pass gas, and that was pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I
Really?
ran out of that room fast.
Wow, that is too funny.
But yes, we have heard an audible growl. I believe it was in the courthouse, wasn't it?
yeah.
The growl. I believe one of you said that you had seen a full-bodied apparition. Which one was it?
That was me.
Okay, so when I saw my first apparition, I saw her just as clear as day. I was 10
Yep.
years old and I saw her, and she was a little girl. And I saw her just as clear as anything. I always have been told that ghosts showed up in mist or, like a vapor or something. No, not her. Is that how you always see an apparition? Are they always full bodied? Are they very clear? Can you make out features?
I have only seen two full body apparitions my whole existence on this
Yeah.
planet. I have seen a few shadows. I've seen, out of the corner of your eye, you see something, but then by the time you look, it's not there.
Yeah.
I've had clients tell me in their own locations that they've heard boots, and when they look, they just see a pair of boots and maybe legs, but then it kind of vanishes above the knees, or
Yeah.
above the thighs. So I think it's just how each person maybe comes in contact with the spirit.
Right. Yeah. I just wondered, if you see a full body, did it have more power or, what? But I always wondered that.
Yeah.
What is the scariest thing that you've ever captured on an EVP?
Mine has to be across the street from the courthouse. I caught an EVP of a woman screaming. We were doing an Estes session, which is the spirit box is on and someone is listening to it through the headphones and they're blindfolded.
Yeah.
And we were all sitting in the room. No one heard this audible woman screaming, but I caught it on my recording, and then our cameras picked it up as well.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty crazy.
Was it like a blood curdling scream?
Yeah, you could tell it was a woman screaming. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And no one heard it. Like everybody was going about their business talking.
Yeah, in the video, nobody reacts. We didn't hear it. I mean, I was one of them, and nobody heard it.
And you didn't hear it back till you actually played it.
Right.
I bet that was cold chills.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the most intense moment of fear that you've ever felt on a case?
Well, my fear does not come from spirits. My fear comes from running into a spider web or finding a spider next to wherever I'm sitting, and I can promise you that will run me out of a room quicker than a room full
I
of
hate
spirits.
spider webs.
I don't think I've ever, as long as I've been doing this, I've never really been scared. Now, look, we're all human.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting in a room by myself and all of a sudden somebody walks in there, that's like you said, you saw the full body apparition of a little girl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna scare you and make you take a step back.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
That's unusual, even if you've been doing this your whole life. But then you kind of gather your thoughts and remember, okay, these are just spirits. They're
Right.
just people.
Right. That's true.
So I don't think I've ever really been scared. And I've had some jump scares, like I've been poked in the back of the arm, when nothing else was around, those kind of things.
Yeah,
But
that was going to be my next question. That's so funny you said that.
Yeah, nothing that's ever really scared me like I felt like it was something evil. No.
Okay. What about you, Heather?
Same thing. The only one instance, I guess I can say, that I was ever kind of scared, we were at Vermilionville, which is one of our local areas that have Acadian style homes from the 1800s. We were doing an investigation there after our Paracon, and I was actually under an Estes, and I could feel my heart pounding. My chest was heavy. I actually started to get chest pains, and one of our medium friends hurried up and pulled me out from under, and she takes me outside and starts cleansing me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like freaking out, and she said, you don't have to be afraid. It's just there is a spirit here who feels connected to you, wants to communicate through you, and it's kind of latched on to you.
Oh.
Trying to take it off of you. She said it's not an evil spirit. It's not harmful. It just wants to be heard. Like,
Yeah.
And the crazy part, she tells me that he was shot in the chest. I don't know if I can say that.
No.
Yes. So it
Oh,
was
wow.
really, I was feeling the pain. I was experiencing what this person went through,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
she just didn't want it to overtake me. So I
Yeah.
got cleansed, and then
And you were
I was
okay after
yeah,
that?
I was just worn out afterwards, but
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't really fearful though.
Right,
I
right. Just felt kind of
felt
drained.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um, do you ever sense when you're not alone? Like even before the equipment reacts? Like
Yeah,
you just know something's there. What do
yeah.
you
You know,
do?
there's some places that we go where you can literally be in one room and it feels totally normal, and you walk 5 feet into another room and it feels so heavy and like it's so hard to breathe,
Yeah,
and your ears are ringing, and it's just a weird feeling, and you can walk out of that room and everything feels perfectly
completely
normal
back
again.
to
So,
normal. Isn't that
yeah, so
wild?
You step through a veil of some sort, and you can feel the change of energy.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Wow, this is so cool. Have you ever witnessed objects moving on their own?
Not that I can think of.
I can't think of anything that we've ever actually seen with our own eyes move. Now we've, caught some things on camera before, but no, not that I can think of. I mean, most of the time it's spent in the dark.
Yeah,
So, if something did move, like
you wouldn't see it.
we really wouldn't see it.
Right,
No, but
right.
hopefully we'd catch it on camera.
Yeah. Um, what's the one location that you will never go back to and why?
There's no location that I don't think I'd ever go back to.
You'd go back to?
Yeah, I'd go back to pretty much everything we've done.
Okay. What about you,
Yeah.
Heather?
I don't think there is a location either, because I mean, if anything, I felt the most energy at the Shoots building that we caught the scream at. That, I mean, that upstairs part of the building is so charged with
Yeah.
energy, like you can feel it. It's just constant. So I get more overwhelmed there,
Yeah.
but I've gone back, and I think I would still go back. I don't think there is a location that I wouldn't go back to.
When you go to a location, how many investigators normally, accompany you?
It just depends. So the way we work it is, let's say someone who has a small home calls and needs help. What we'll do is we'll try to take turns, and we might say, okay, well, you 3 or 4 are going to go to this one. The next small one we have, this 3 or 4 will go. And we kind of rotate it out like that. Now, if we have a larger location, pretty much anybody on the team can go.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, okay, now I want to get more to the human side of things.
Okay.
Um, have you ever had to help a grieving family find closure, like with the loss of a child, the loss of a parent? Have you ever had to help a grieving family find closure?
Not that I can think of. I mean, we've had cases where people say, I think it's my grandmother that's here, or I think it's my brother that's here. We handle it just like we would anything else. We tell them straight up, straightforward, and honestly, we're going to come in and see what we can get. Does it mean that it's your relative? It may not
No.
be. It could be somebody else, or it may not be anything.
Right.
We're not going to just make something up to make people feel better, if
Sure.
that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to be honest, and we do tell people, look, just because we came in here, these spirits may not be familiar with us, so they may not do anything. You can't make them perform on command. I can't walk in and
Right.
say, all right, guys, we're here, let's do something. So,
Yeah.
in that case,
You're
we may
on.
go back. We may may go back a few times where they do maybe warm up to us. I know for a fact that we can walk into that St. Landry Parish Courthouse and say, hey, we're here, and they get busy.
They
so
know.
I really do feel like, and this is just my opinion, and other people can disagree, but I feel like the more you go, the more they're going to get used to you, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. That's interesting, for sure.
So we're just always very honest with our clients, very honest with them.
Do you believe that spirits tried to communicate specific messages or just make themselves known?
Go ahead, Heather. What do you think?
Probably a little bit of both, honestly. I think it kind of all depends. Like, do they have a message they need to give to a family member, or do they just want to, like, they may be confused as to why they're still lingering, so they just want to be known. Like, hey, I'm here. Like, see me.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah.
I can remember a private client. We went in, nothing was happening. I mean, this was the first time we went there. It wasn't until we started using the spirit box, and what we think was the spirit was trying to communicate and was giving messages we didn't understand. We were like, what does this mean? Well, the client starts crying, and we're like, what do we do? Well, it was all related to a brother who had passed in her front lawn. So he was relaying some information that we're like, we don't understand this. Like, this doesn't make sense. And she is catching on. So
she knew what it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
A message for her, and it kind of gave her closure in that way. So I think it's both.
Okay. What's the most emotional case that you've ever worked on?
That one was definitely pretty emotional because, like, the client started crying.
Yeah.
Her brother died tragically, out of the blue. It was horrible, and I'll spare the details.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, the fact that she was able to hear these words coming out of a box, and it made sense to her, even though it didn't make sense to us.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have been searching for those answers, and that's what she wanted to hear, but she received closure, and to hear her crying, it was, like, kind of touching. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was very sweet.
Yeah. Do you ever worry about skeptics dismissing your experiences?
I don't worry about any of that, and this is why. This is what I tell people.
You seem strong-minded.
Yeah, we're not here to convince anybody of anything.
Yeah, I love that.
We're not here to convince anybody to believe everything we put out there. What we do is we thoroughly debunk everything. Now, does that mean that we maybe missed something? Sure. I mean, maybe we did 15 different things to debunk it, and there was a 16th. I don't know, but we're not out to convince anybody. What we put out on our Facebook page and on our TikTok page and all our socials is, hey, look, this is what we got here. These are the things that we tried to do to debunk it. What do you think? And then people can put whatever they want. They can either say it's, not true, or it's this, or did you try that, or we're not. I don't worry about it because we're not trying to shove it down people's throats and say you better believe what happened.
Yeah.
It's just, this is what happened. This is what we tried to do to debunk it, and here's what we have. What do you think?
Absolutely.
What do you think, Heather?
Yeah,
Same?
I agree totally. And I mean, in a way, I'm exactly like Marcy. I'm a skeptic believer. I tell that to everyone I meet. I am a believer, but I'm still skeptic. Like, could it be something else, or is this really what I'm experiencing? So I am on a journey to find out what is real and what's not.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you think some spirits remain because of unfinished business? Is that why they're here?
I think that some might. I kind of feel like there's spirits everywhere. Yeah. I really do. I feel like there's spirits everywhere, and
I believe that. I really do.
Everybody's waiting for whatever's going to come next, whatever your belief is, or whatever is just really going to happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
I just feel like they're everywhere.
Every house I've lived in has been haunted.
Oh, wow.
I think they follow me.
They might.
Now it's the doll.
We work with a lot of really good mediums, and we have a lot of really good mediums that are friends with us, and they say that when they go out in public, they have to turn their gift off because
I've heard that.
So many approach them. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heather?
I agree. I think it could be that they have unfinished business, but I think honestly they might all have unfinished business. They're waiting for that next step.
Yeah.
They're waiting to see what happens.
Yeah. Have you ever encountered something that you believed was non-human?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that, again, this is just my opinion. I'm not a real firm believer that there are demons on every corner and there's a portal on every corner. And hey, look, maybe there is, and I just haven't come across them. I just feel like there's spirits, and I've never come across anything in all these years of doing this that I would stand here and say, okay, that was a demon. Now, I would say, okay, that was a pretty nasty spirit. He must have had he must have been a pretty nasty human to have that energy, to have that negativity with him. But no, I can't.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I haven't experienced any non-human entities, but I'm kind of on the borderline where, I feel like demons are real. I don't know about portals, but I think demons and angels are real, but they're not everywhere. I think it's more spirits.
Gotcha.
And Marcy's right. If you were a horrible person in life, you're going to probably be
a horrible person
in spirit.
I know that both of y'all said that, after you leave a place, you tell them do not follow you. So that's how you protect yourself from anything attaching to you. You've never had anything to attach, anything you felt like followed you, and you just had to stop it in its tracks?
I do think that there's somebody that comes in my house sometimes and hangs out. My cats are usually pretty chill, so they're pretty good indicators if there's something near
cats are great.
But my younger cat does seem to kind of get a little agitated sometimes. But what I do is first of all, people need to realize that your home is your domain and you have rule over it. And so whenever those moments come where I feel like maybe somebody's here, I don't do it in a mean way. I do it in a very respectful way because I would want to be treated with respect. So
sure.
I just simply say, hey, if there's anybody here, these are the ground rules in my house. You are welcome to stay here. However, you cannot wake me up in the middle of the night because I need my beauty sleep. And look at me, you can tell I need some beauty sleep. And I tell them that these are the ground rules. You can't wake me up. You can't do anything during the day. Have at it, whatever you want to do. But I feel like your home is your home and you have rule over it. And
that's true.
As long as you approach it in a respectful manner and not come in all bull in a china shop and being all, John Wayne and all that kind of stuff. I just feel like when you approach more respectfully, you get more respect back.
That makes sense. Yeah, definitely. What about you, Heather?
I don't think I've ever had an attachment. I know I frequently have Reiki sessions, and my Reiki practitioner has stated that I've had like a gray matter. I'm still trying to figure out what that means. I'm not too sure, but she cleared it off and was able to take it away. I don't know if that has anything to do with spirits. Still learning that part.
Yeah.
But I agree with Marcy. If a resident spirit was ever to haunt my place, My ground rules is laundry and dishes.
Exactly. I'll keep you busy.
Right.
Do
Right.
the dishes and do the laundry, and you're good. You can
Right,
stay.
right. Um, have you have you or a team that you know that does paranormal investigation ever been physically harmed during the investigation? Or was that all movie?
Not that I know of. I
Okay.
I
haven't.
mean, one of our team members, we've had a few team members that have been scratched. We've had a
Okay.
few team members that have been pushed. We've had some people whose arms have been grabbed. But again, what I try to tell people is if you're trying to interact with the spirit and you're saying, if you're here, let me know you're here, that might be the only way they can let you know. And especially if you might be dealing with children's spirits, because if you think about a child that's living, if they're trying to get your attention, they may grab you and scratch you, not intentionally,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
by accident, or they might nudge you or push you to say, "Hey, I'm here." So have we had things like that happen? Yes. Do I think, would I chalk it up as something negative or demonic? Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
What's the closest that you've come to saying at a site, I have to get out of here now? Like, I have to get out of this place. Nothing?
I've never had that happen to me. No.
Okay. Um,
I've never had that feeling where I have to. I know Heather had that situation where she was pulling out Estes and stuff like that, but I've never really had that feeling like, okay, I got to go. I mean, even when we were at the St. Landry Parish Courthouse, I'll say that again, the upstairs is a jail area. And I was up there with two other investigators, and I got poked in the back of the arm, but I did ask for it because I said, if you're here, let me know you're
that's
here.
interesting. Yeah.
Now, will I say that kind of freaked me out? Yes, because there was nothing behind me, and it was a very, very hard poke in the back of my arm. Did I say a few choice words? Yes, I probably did.
Right, right.
But I didn't jump up and say, okay, we got to go. I sat there and said, okay, good. All right, now we know you're here. Let's see if we can communicate some more. So I've never had that feeling like, okay, I got to get out of here. No.
Okay,
Right.
okay. What about you, Heather?
Even that situation that I had, I didn't feel like I had to leave.
Okay.
There was one other place in New Orleans where I actually physically fainted, whether it was a medical issue or spirit. I was doing another Estes. They seem to like when I do that.
Right.
And I ended up passing out. I passed out, and when I
Wow.
woke up, I still didn't feel like I had to leave. I was just drained. Obviously, I was tired. My body had gone through whatever it went through,
Uh-huh.
but I never felt threatened, like, oh, something's going to overtake me and I need to leave now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Have you ever experienced two investigators witnessing the same thing at the same moment? Like, yeah. Can you
Oh,
give me an
yes.
example?
Well,
Oh,
are you talking about physical or just seeing the same thing at the same time?
Seeing the same thing,
Yeah.
or physical, whichever.
Well, I'll refer back to when I got poked in the back of the arm. That was really one of the coolest things. People think that when you go investigate, stuff happens like constantly, and trust me, it can be as boring as watching paint dry. So this was really a cool night, though. I was sitting directly across from Michelle, who's who's my case manager on the Acadiana team.
Uh-huh.
And we were about 4 feet from each other, and we had a mail meter between us that had a REM pod on it. And of course, we were asking questions like, if you're here, can you touch the device, or can you do something to let us know you're here? What's your name? Those, same questions. And we saw, and I will say that in my 25 years of doing this, I've seen maybe 2 orbs that were real in my whole time investigating.
Oh,
We
wow.
saw a blue light move right between us. We both saw it, and we looked at each other. As soon as it got over the mel meter, the REM pod went straight to red. It shot across the REM pod area, and it went into the wall. And we both sat there for probably a good 30 seconds like, did you just see what I saw? And right after that is when I got poked in the back of the arm. All of that happened at the same time. So I would count that as like a really just a fantastic experience, because not only did it happen, but I had somebody there to say, I just saw the same thing. So that was really, really a cool.
That would have tripped me out. I'd be like, oh my God, this is so freaking cool right
It
now.
was very cool.
Did you know who it was? Like when y'all go to one of these investigations, do you know who they are saying is haunting the property?
Not
No?
often, no.
No.
Oh, that would drive me nuts.
Kind of what we kind of pieced together, and look, did we get validation on this? No, but what we thought, who we thought it could be, we were up in the old jail area, and we were asking if you were an inmate here, can you let us know something? Can you whatever? And then that happened. So was it an inmate 100%? I don't know, but could it have been, since those were the questions we were asking? Maybe so.
How big was the orb?
It was probably the size of maybe a little bit bigger than a pencil eraser, not quite the size of a dime.
That is so cool. That is so cool, and it was blue.
What I say about orbs all the time, orbs are something you're going to want to see with your own eyes. It's going to be a legit light that is flying around your living room. It's not going to be something you're going to see on camera or, through a phone or anything like that. Now, you might see it and then take a picture, sure.
Right.
But, 99% of what people claim are orbs are really just dust, bugs, lint, moisture in the atmosphere.
Right.
There's so many answers to what orbs, are, as opposed to what a real orb looks like.
Have you seen one, Heather?
I have not.
I want to see one.
I saw one on camera that I believe was a legitimate orb, but I wasn't there to validate it.
Right.
But on camera footage at the house in between in Mississippi, in Florence, Mississippi, it came from the ground, it moved very slowly up, and then shot sideways.
Wow.
It was very compelling. I was like maybe a bug, but I don't know.
Right,
and it was
right.
round,
No, it was an orb.
I was like, that was the only footage that I was like, okay, that's weird.
Right, right. Next question. What's the one case that made you question everything you believed? I'm making you think tonight, aren't I?
I would say, well, I mean, I guess if I had to choose something to answer, I would say I've never investigated any place that had poltergeist activity. I've investigated a lot of places that had residual energy.
Mm-hmm.
I've investigated a lot of places that had intelligent energy. In all of my time of being an investigator, I've only had one that I could say was probably a poltergeist, and it was actually a very interesting case. It was at a house right here in Acadiana. The young couple said that they were hearing knocks and bangs, and they couldn't figure out where it was coming from. So the team and I went there. We set everything up. We set cameras up for the night. We investigated. It was nothing. Nothing happened. Do you hear me? For 5 hours, you could have heard a pin drop. It was so quiet. So we asked them if we could leave the cameras running overnight, and they said sure, because they said we're not staying here. So everybody left, and we had a camera on the front door. We had a camera on the back door. That was the only way in. We had a camera that literally covered every inch. I think we had 6 cameras in this 2-bedroom house. It covered everything. We left. We went back the next day. We picked up the cameras. 2 minutes, about 2 minutes into watching the video, you can see us walk out the door. You can see the car lights leaving, driving, backing out and leaving. Nothing but bangs, knocks, dragging sound like a metal trash can on a floor all night long for like 8 hours of that video that we had running. It was nothing but bangs and knocks.
So nothing
house.
while y'all were there, and then the second you left, just nothing
Yep.
but activity.
Yep.
It was shy.
That would tick me off.
And so the next day, a couple of days later, after I went through all the evidence, because it takes us a while because we all have full-time jobs. I went back and I told him, I said, I'm gonna have to say that I think you have a poltergeist. I've never said that word before.
Wow.
But I think you guys have one. And so we talked about what they could do, and they didn't want to even deal with it, so they moved out. But it was an interesting case, and that's probably the most interesting, I guess, something
That's
different
interesting.
case.
Yeah. What about you, Heather?
I don't know. I can't think of a good one.
Can y'all explain for the audience residual energy? I hear that so much. They're like, it's not a haunting, it's residual energy. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so residual energy is just the energy that's left behind, and it just
From people that
Pretty
have
much
passed, or
it just does the same thing over and over. That they don't have any idea you're there. It's just the energy that's like that they've said, and everybody usually uses it like a recording. It just plays over and over and over. I know of a place in Abbeville called the Abbey Players that we've investigated before. They state that once a month at a certain time, I think it's like 2:00 in the morning, they've caught a lady that walks from the front door into the wall. Well, where the wall is, there used to be a door there, but now it's just a wall. And they catch her doing that once a month at the exact same time. And that's what I explained to them. I said, if you were standing there and you tried to get her attention, she would not know, because it's just the energy doing that same motion.
Yeah.
And then your intelligent spirits are more the ones that are going to interact with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you think some locations are cursed or just more active?
I just think that they're more active for whatever reason. I don't go with the cursed thing too much. Again, I am a huge skeptic, even though I believe, and I'm going to try to debunk everything.
Yeah.
The team even gets irritated with me, and I know Heather would not say that, but I know they get irritated with me because if we get a piece of evidence,
She's like, what?
I'll say, where was everybody? Okay, are you sure somebody didn't say this? Okay, where were you when this happened? And, I am, because I don't want to call anything paranormal without saying, at least trying everything we've done. And I can tell you right now, 90% of paranormal is environmental, and 10% is the true paranormal.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about you, Heather?
I completely agree. I mean, the only aspect I sort of believe in is I think the ground that we live on can harbor a lot of energy, a lot of spirit. So maybe it could come from the land, but I don't think one specific place is cursed.
Gotcha.
I think the land could have something to do with it, but I just think
a lot of stories I tell are about land, like the land.
Yeah.
And and to some people it could be cursed. To Heather may use the word cursed. I might use the word active.
Right.
So it just depends on how, I guess, each person kind of defines it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How much of the paranormal is energy, in your opinion, versus spirits?
Oh, I think it could be 50-50, honestly. I think even us in our living, waking hour, we're giving off a lot of energy.
A lot of energy.
So we could even be causing residual energy to stay stuck in a place. I fully believe that
That's interesting.
if there is a lot of anger in a place, you might feel anger in that place, even if it's from a living person. As for
I believe that. I have
Yeah.
a story on that.
yeah, I think it's kind of 50-50.
Okay.
you,
What about
Marcy?
you, Marcy?
Well, I just feel like spirits are energy, whether it's residual energy, whether it's intelligent energy, whether it's the land. So yeah, I mean, I think it's all energy, honestly.
Okay.
All of it.
Do you think that time and reality bend in haunted places?
Oh, that's a question that I think everybody's trying to figure out. Is time slower on one side than it is on the other? Is there is there a time difference? I don't know. I can only answer it from an investigator standpoint. I do feel that when we ask questions, we need to give time in between those questions to be answered. And
Sure.
the reason I say that is because there's been times where we ask question 1 and we ask question 2 and then we ask question 3 and we may get the answer to question 1 by the time we're on question 3.
Right.
So it's almost like it takes them a while
to respond.
to answer. Now,
Yeah.
why is that? Does it have to do with time? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
was
know.
curious about
Energy.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of believe it's the energy that they have to gather in order to respond appropriately.
That makes sense.
And even if it's a knock or, I mean, to say a sentence might take a lot more energy than a knock.
That's
so
true. That's true.
Never know how long it's going to take for them to get that energy.
Right. Have you ever had dreams connected to a location that you were investigating? Yeah.
I don't have dreams of places. I have
Heather
visitors.
was shaking her head.
Yeah. I have visitors that visit me in my dreams, and they come to tell me things. I don't have any kind of connection to any locations at all.
Okay. Okay. Heather?
How does that?
So this weird thing happened. We actually got a call from a private client, and we were in talks. I didn't know anything about this location. Our case manager actually did, and Marcy, and we just knew that we would be taking a trip to this location. That night, I had a dream of a beautiful old antebellum home, something you would see typically in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Beautiful white home. I could see every detail of that home to the T, like the wood flooring, the way the cabinets were, the staircase, the doors, the walls. I knew what color. I was like walking in the building, and you could see the door slamming and opening. Like I was physically in this home while it was happening. And then right past, so it was like a point of view dream.
Right.
So I didn't see myself walking. It was me walking in this building. And right past the staircase, a little girl, I would say probably about 10 years old, walked up to me in a beautiful, like, off-whitish color dress and just stared at me, just stood there and stared. And not too long after, I woke up.
Wow.
So I texted my team, a few of my teammates, the next morning, and I was like, okay, I'm freaked out. I have to tell y'all this. So I told Michelle, our case manager, what had happened, and she's like, no way. So she sent me the Zillow of that home and let me look through the pictures, and it was that exact house.
Wow.
Of that client.
That's full body chills right there. Oh my goodness.
The reports that the homeowner had reported was that she saw an apparition of a little girl about 10 years old walking through her home.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I knew that because she had not told me that information.
You saw it.
I saw it
Yeah.
physically. But they're like, that house is calling you. And now we haven't gone, and I want to go so bad.
You haven't been there yet?
We haven't been. She had some issues. I think a really bad storm came through.
There was a storm that went through that area, and then she had some health issues. So
Yeah.
we had to postpone it, but we are going to try to go back.
Yeah.
That is so freaking cool.
Look at my
Oh my
cats.
gosh. I see your kitty cats. Oh, I have two. Um, that
So, yeah.
that is full body chills.
That's the only one I've ever had, but it was so profound and like vivid. It was insane.
You got to let me know when you go there.
Right?
You've got to let me know.
Did you notice that Heather said I texted some of my friends? They don't ever text me. Do you know why?
Because you're the skeptic.
They don't ever text me because the first thing I would say is, okay, well, did this happen?
Right.
That's just how I am. That's how I am.
I had a feeling, but y'all got to let me know when y'all go there. Wow, that's chilling for sure. Okay, so now some more famous questions, I guess. If you could investigate any place in the world,
Oh.
where would it be?
Well, I've been to a lot of famous places, but my current goal to investigate is Eloise Asylum in Michigan. I have to go there.
You said asylum, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, it's an absolute. But the one I would probably never get a chance to is Disney World.
I've heard about that. I've heard it's so haunted.
Yes, I would love to try to investigate Disney World for sure.
What about you, Mossy?
Well, first of all, I don't fly.
Well, that rules out across the pond.
So I used to fly. I used to fly a lot, and then I don't do that anymore. So I would think that I love history, and I'm really kind of a firm believer that history and ghost hunting kind of go hand in hand. I feel like the history is really what is 90% of the spirit activity.
Sure.
So I would really like to do more of the historical places like Gettysburg, places like that, because again, Williamsburg, I would love to get to Williamsburg.
A lot of the battlefields.
Yeah, the battlefields, any of those kind of things. I just feel like that would probably be on my number one on my bucket list, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked in a location tied to a famous haunting?
No, unfortunately not.
One day.
No, I can't say that I have. The interesting thing is people don't realize that a lot of places that are not, quote, famous have a lot more activity than a lot of places that are, quote, famous.
Right.
Right.
I believe that.
And
I believe that.
And people just don't know it because they've never thought, oh, let's go there and try that place. I can tell you right now, there's 3 that I can think of right off the top of my head that I've investigated so many times that I would put up against pretty much any famous place.
Wow.
Yeah.
The courthouse.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's your opinion on places like the Amityville House or the Bell Witch Cave? What's your opinion on that?
I don't know if I really have an opinion. I'd have to go there for myself.
You'd have to ask questions.
I'd have to go there and check it out myself.
Is there really a boy behind that staircase?
Right. Yeah.
Have y'all seen
I
that
think
picture? It's terrifying.
yeah, I've seen that picture. I have. I would have to just. I think I'd like to go to some of these places for myself
Yeah,
and just check them out for myself. But
for sure.
I really, it's kind of hard to have an opinion if you haven't really been there, other than to go by other people's stories. But the thing is, the three of us could go into a room or go into the same house, and you could have all of the stories, and Heather and I may not have anything happen to us. So,
Right.
it's really hard not to have an opinion, I guess, unless you have it happen to you, kind of thing.
Sure. Sure.
You know?
Yeah. What do you think, Heather?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I would love to experience it myself.
Yeah.
Then maybe I could gather my opinion. But yeah, I'm not too sure, honestly.
Okay.
And I will say this too. I just want to add to that question. Make sure you do your research before you go into these quote haunted, super haunted, famous places, because we've done a lot of history on a lot of places, like especially here in Louisiana, that are famously haunted to be the most haunted places in the world.
What about the mortuary house?
I haven't done the mortuary house. I would like to do the
I've
mortuary
heard creepy
house.
stuff about that one.
In the comments, they're mentioning the Myrtles. That's a prime example there. There's some distorted history in that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's an easy research to find out that what really was historical and what has just kind of become a legend, maybe. Now that, and I'm not taking anything away from them saying they don't have spirits. I'm sure they do have spirits, as most places do have spirits. But I don't know. I just kind of, I would rather kind of go to these places that people don't think about, and check those out.
Oh, yeah. I know the houses I've lived in are haunted. There is no doubt about it. Oh, my goodness. 4 of them.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Do urban legends that you've heard ever inspire you to investigate some of those places?
Oh, yeah, sure. I think urban legends and other people's thoughts and what they say. I mean, even though I have to go to the Amityville Horror House for myself, it doesn't mean that I'm not kind of drawn to it because of what you hear. Of course, you're going to be drawn. That's kind of human nature. But
sure,
I still want to go there for myself.
Yeah, yeah. Which state, in your opinion, is the most haunted?
I mean, I'm a little biased.
I've heard a lot about Louisiana.
I think definitely Louisiana.
Why?
A lot of people say the East Coast, but
why do you think it's the most haunted? I hear it all the time.
We have a ton of history. History that dates back to early settlement. I mean, I know we weren't one of the first settled states, but there's so much history.
So fascinating.
The different types and cultures of people all blending in, I think that rises the history for sure. Yeah.
Here's a fun question. What's the one cryptid or creature story you secretly wonder might be real?
I already know.
I've heard there's a lot down there.
First of all, I have never seen Bigfoot, but I totally believe in Bigfoot, and I so want to see Bigfoot. Like,
you want to see Bigfoot?
Oh my gosh, so bad! I want to sit down and have coffee with Bigfoot. I say it all the time.
I love that.
But I would say the one that I would kind of hope would be real, but I don't really think it's real, but it's still a cool cryptid, is the Rougarou.
The Rougarou, yes.
That's right here in Louisiana. That's Cajun Swamp,
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of hope the Rougarou was real.
Rougarou's creepy. I've been researching it. It's
I hope it's
creepy.
real, but I don't want to come in contact with
No, no, no,
he
no.
can he can stay his happy butt in the swamp.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told the Rougarou yet, but I told another one, the the Boggy Creek monster.
Boggy Creek, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, I told that one. We're just waiting for the Wheel of Fate to land on Rougarou, but I've already got the story ready.
Well, do you have the filet on your wheel?
Do I have the what?
The filet.
No.
Yeah, the
I've got to get that.
Okay, well, you need to get on that.
I can spell it in the.
Yeah, go look up the filet because
The filet.
those are the swamp lights that lure you into the swamp.
Ooh, that's a
And they're
good story.
They're tied into swamp witches.
No. Can you post that in the comments
Mhm.
so
Now,
one of my
there are
night
different-
watchers can look that up for me?
There are different legends, okay? You know, there's different reasons and different legends for it. But the one that I've always heard was they're the lights in the swamp, and as you approach one light, it goes out, and one further deeper in the swamp lights up, which makes you go further into the swamp.
Oh,
And that they're attached to the swamp witches.
love that.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm going to have to do that one. Do you think cemeteries are truly haunted? Do y'all go to cemeteries? Or do y'all mainly just go to homes, buildings? Okay.
So we've never investigated cemeteries. If we were to investigate a cemetery, I think it'd be best to go during the day because in the nighttime it could be, you know, you don't have, as it is, it's hard to control an environment even in a house or a building, right? So
Yeah.
when you're out in a cemetery at night, you don't know what's making noise. I mean, it could be anything. It could be critters, it could be birds, it could be anything. So we've never really done cemeteries, and I'd still kind of have that thought of, you know, I don't know if I'd really want to, you know, walk all over people's graves, even if they're not there. Even
Right,
if they're off,
right. I
their
understand
spirits
that.
off doing something else, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've never done that, but I do love cemeteries. I love to take pictures in cemeteries. We have some cemeteries here that date back to like 1600s.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah, and I mean, I find them beautiful. So, but no, we've never investigated them.
Okay. So, after everything that you've encountered, do you believe that there is life after death?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has paranormal investigating changed how you live your daily life? How so?
Absolutely.
How so?
I don't know.
Just made you more aware?
I don't think it's changed my life at all.
Okay.
No. I mean,
Okay.
I love to do it. I find it fascinating. You know, I would love for one day a ghost to just walk up and sit down and have coffee with me, and I could just talk to it and ask it questions and finally have all the answers. But
And you would just be as calm as anything. So,
I might be a little freaked out at first, but then once I figured, okay, everything's cool. You want some coffee? Let's talk. You know, I mean, it would be great to figure it out that way, but we've not reached that point yet. So I don't think it's changed my life any. I just think it's just very fascinating.
yeah, I agree. Do you ever feel haunted by any of the cases that you've worked? Just some that you just can't forget about?
I wouldn't particularly say haunted, but I know in the same building that I caught the scream, I was on a investigation. This was before I was ever a team member, and another spirit box session, they started telling us, me and my husband investigate together, and they started telling us stuff that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
Like, they said my husband was a Scorpio.
Oh, wow. Your husband investigates too?
Yeah, he does.
That's awesome.
So like it started to get personal. Like they knew things about us. So I found that was weird. And then not too long after that, my mom unexpectedly passed.
I'm
So the
sorry.
next time they went, I wasn't able to go. But my best friend also likes to investigate as well. So she was there, and I was still recovering from the loss. And again, on the spirit box, it said, "Where's Heather? Is she at the funeral?" So I thought that was very weird. That place
Yeah.
definitely, we have a connection to for sure.
Wow. Wow. Um, let's say someone is listening tonight and they think that their home is haunted. What advice would you give them?
Well, actually, I get that a lot. Heather and I will do a live every night too. We try to stay on
Really?
topic.
That's
We
awesome.
do, and we try to stay on topic, but we never do. We end up talking about everything else. But um, we occasionally do have people that pop in and say. As a matter of fact, somebody popped in the other night and said they were having some activity in their house and they were scared. So the first thing I said was, asked was, what state do you live in? And I think the gentleman lived in Texas. And so I said, look, the best advice I can give you is to get on Google or whatever search engine you have and type in paranormal investigators in Texas. And then from there, kind of go through them to see what kind of history they have. Because, you don't want, some fly by night
Sure.
investigators that are going to come in and stir stuff up even more, because we've actually had to go in to people's houses here to calm people down because they've had investigators that went in and stirred everything up.
Oh.
So you don't want that to happen because you're already upset about whatever's going on in your house,
Yeah,
right?
it's dramatic.
So I usually refer them. I tell them to really search those groups that come up, see who's been around the longest, see who is big into debunking, see, and kind of go from there. And then have them come out. That doesn't mean they have to investigate. Come out and meet you and get a feel for people, because I really feel like you can get vibes from people. If somebody comes out that doesn't seem quite right, and I don't
Yeah.
mean right mentally. I mean like just legit and honest and good people, So that's usually how we do it. Now, if it's somebody in our own state, we handle it.
Right, sure, sure. Um, what would you say to someone who wants to begin a career in paranormal investigation? I'm too busy. I would love to go on one. I really, really would. It would be fun. But what would you say to someone who wants to do it?
I would say see if your state or around your area has any kind of events, kind of like the events we do. Try it out first by going to an event. And if it's something that you feel like, hey, I really like this, I find it interesting, then, reach out and see if they have openings to join. The problem is this, and I'll say that because I've been the state director for many years, and I've had a lot that have come and gone. A lot of time people want to join because they think it's all glamour and all fun.
Right.
And,
right. You got to be serious about it.
Yeah, on the TV shows, something happens every 5 minutes. It's not like that.
It's not like Ghost Hunters or something like that.
It can be as boring, like I said, as watching paint dry. And then sometimes it can be thrilling. And what I teach in the events is, look, if tonight, guys, one cat ball goes off, consider that a great night, because that's how boring it can be. Now, I'm not taking anything away from ghost hunters or anything else. People need to realize that when they go in to investigate a location, they're there 3 or 4 nights filming. And then they condense that into like a 45-minute show.
Right. So that's why it looks like it's so active.
Yeah, so if we did that, sure, we would have at least 5 or 6 things that happen, but that's over 2 or 3 days, So make sure you really want to do it. Test the waters out before you jump in, because it can be really boring. But hey, look, if you truly like it like we do, and we've got a really good team in this state, then I say, go for it. Find a group that has an opening and try to sign up.
So when you say, I've heard you say an event quite a bit through this live, is that where, explain what the event is. Is it where they come to like a location?
Yeah.
Okay. And they just
Yeah.
kind of, gotcha.
So we put on events mostly in the Acadiana area. The west area does the Gothic jail sometimes. And then our east area will try to put on events. And the events are to raise money because we put on a huge event in April called Cajun Country Paracon.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, where people, we have a lot of people from Beacon TV and just vendors and food, Cajun food, everything. And it's just one big paranormal event where everybody hangs out. And that night we get to investigate the village where we have the event. So where we have Paracon. So we put on events where people can sign up. They can come join us, and we actually investigate a location, and we teach them how to do it the right way.
That's awesome.
And we teach them about debunking, and we teach them the number one rule for me is there's 0 aggravating spirits. You're not going to come in here and yell at a spirit and demand a spirit to do something because that's disrespectful. I don't want you to come in my house and yell at me, so I'm not going to go in their house and yell at them.
That's
so
good.
we teach them how to do it the right way.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did you have anything to add to that, Heather?
No, she covered it perfectly.
Okay. In your heart, do you think spirits want to scare us or simply to be remembered?
I think they just want to be remembered.
They want to be known. They want to be seen and remembered.
Yeah, and I say this all the time at our events when we do presentations and everything, because we get asked to do a lot of presentations and speakers at events, and I always tell people, and it could just be the kind of the empath in me, but how would you feel if a spirit can understand time like we do? Okay, so let's say they can understand time like we do. Can you imagine being in a location for hundreds of years or even 50 years and no one acknowledges you? You're doing everything you can to get acknowledged and no one is acknowledging you. How sad that would make you feel. Now, of course, I'm putting myself into more of a human state, but we don't know if spirits can feel sadness. We don't know if they have a concept of time. So I feel like they just want to be acknowledged. They want somebody to know that they're there.
Yeah, that's sad. That's sad. Do you believe that the dead can hear us when we call their names?
Absolutely.
I think so,
I think
too.
so.
I think so, too. All right. You did well. Nice job. You got an A.
Oh, yay!
All right, now I'm going to hand it over to the audience. Do you have any questions for Marcy and Heather? It has been a pleasure having you both here tonight. It's been incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We've really enjoyed it. We love to do these things because we like to just kind of let people know how we work, you know?
Absolutely. Please follow them, Louisiana Spirits. Please follow them, support them. Let's see. Someone said, when y'all coming to Memphis?
Oh, let us know when.
Well, we're kind of busy. Let's see. We're probably more toward the after Christmas time. We've got a really big project coming up in October that I can't really say a whole lot about, but
Boo.
I'm just going to say that it's a big filming project with a production company. So
Really?
I can't go into any other details, but we're kind of busy. And then, of course, we try not to do much during Christmas time because we all have families, you know.
Right.
But Memphis, we would love to come there. We'd love to investigate with other teams.
Have y'all ever been called out of state for a case? out of
No,
Louisiana?
I usually refer people out of state to their own state teams because those teams want to hunt too. They want to go in and investigate. So I always refer them to the teams there. But I will say that we have absolutely investigated with other teams from other states.
That's awesome.
We've collaborated a lot on things with other teams.
Okay, we've got some questions here.
Okay.
Tarot cards and Ouija boards. Do you guys believe they should be used, and how?
No.
Not on investigations. I think they should be left to your own personal time, for sure.
But I want to add to that answer. It's not that we have anything against tarot cards or Ouija boards at all. People need to realize that, especially in our area of the country, people are very religious. We have a lot of Catholics. We have a lot of Baptists. We have a lot of very religious people. If we walked into somebody's house holding a Ouija board and tarot cards, that's going to freak them out. It's already hard enough for them to contact us, especially being very religious. It's very hard for them to say, hey, I think I have something. It's against my religion, but I think I have a ghost. So we're not going to walk in with something like that. And again, we have nothing personal against those things. It's just something that we choose not to do.
Yeah. Do y'all have a psychic with y'all on every investigation? A medium?
No, we have people on our team that have different gifts, and they use those gifts, but we try to stick more to the science part of it and debunking and things like that than we are going to...
The history.
Yeah.
Okay. There was another one I saw here. These questions keep moving rapidly. Have you ever heard of Werewolf Springs?
Werewolf Springs, no.
In Burns, Tennessee. If y'all see, let's do that. If y'all see the questions, y'all just answer them if you see them, because they're going so fast for me. Do you see? Like, it's like, blah, 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 blah. It's like I can't keep up with it.
Tracy said, what is debunking? Okay, debunking is just basically saying, okay, let me give you an example. Let's say we're investigating and a door opens, okay? So debunking is not saying, oh, the spirit opened the door. Debunking would be, okay, let's get up and figure out why that door opened. Did somebody open another door somewhere that caused a draft? Where is everybody right now? Where is everybody located in this building? Did the air conditioner turn on, which maybe could have made the door move? So it's really trying to go through and figure out every single cause for that door to open or close before you say it's paranormal.
Let's give it in the night dwellers terms, okay? They say that Mary Catherine behind me moves. So I need y'all to debunk that.
Yeah. You would have to do that because you're there. You would have to figure out why she moved.
I know, but I swear to God, sometimes I'm telling a story and it's like she'll shift. Like, it's like she's almost leaning in and wants to hear the story.
No, thank you.
They don't like her, but they do. It's a love-hate relationship. What other questions do y'all see?
Do you see dog ghosts or
Yeah,
any
I just
pets?
saw that one.
No, not particularly. Have you experienced that, Marcy?
I've never seen a ghost pet, but we've had many clients and people that have said that they felt or heard like little toes clicking, like on the kitchen floor or something like that. Or their other pet is playing with a pet that's maybe passed away, where they feel like the pet passed away, but they feel like their current pet is playing with that pet. So
Aww.
I've never experienced that, but we've had people tell us that.
That's awesome. Have y'all ever been to the Lalaurie house?
I've not
Madame
been near it.
Lalaurie.
No, been near it, but can't get in it. We would love to be able to get in there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Let's see. I tell you, I've learned so much tonight. So
Awesome.
much. I feel like I am very well versed in paranormal investigating and how it works now. Because, I've had some, paranormal investigating shows that I've watched, and I'm like, is that real? Do y'all use? I know there are paranormal investigators on TT that, when they go in a house or something, they have one of these boxes that does like a scan, and you can hear the voice and all that. Do y'all do that? No. What are your thoughts on that?
Are you talking about like the apps that are on people's
Yeah,
phones that
whatever it
have
is.
this?
I don't know. Yeah.
Um, well, we don't use that, and the reason why, those apps that are on the phones, they have a built-in vocabulary. Okay, so they may have 10,000 words and might have 20,000 words, and they're really programmed to kind of respond to whatever conversations are going on. I know this for a fact because I actually purchased several of them just to try to debunk them. And
No.
yeah. And I'll give you a good example. We actually did an investigation one night, and when we do our events, we let people use them because you're coming to do that. You're coming to have fun. You can use it if you want to. We don't use them. But I was standing next to this lady. She had her app on. We were just talking. We weren't even investigating. We were on a break. And she said, well, what do you do for a living? And I said, oh, well, I'm a teacher. Well, she was like, oh, that's so great. Well, on her app, on her phone, the word educator came up. Okay. So she immediately said, oh my God, the spirit knows that you're a teacher. And I said, no, ma'am. I said, the spirit, the quote spirit that came up on your phone, I just said the word teacher. So what it did was it scrolled through the vocabulary that was on it, and educator came up. I've noticed when I've tried to debunk it, I actually purchased one of those. I was sitting on my patio. I am not anywhere near a Civil War battleground, okay? Not near it. I just started making up a story and talking into my phone. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm here and I'm investigating this battleground. It was a Civil War battleground. Oh, and I think I see maybe a soldier. You should have seen the words that were popping up on this thing. And I'm not even sitting on a battleground. So, no, we don't use those. We want to get more hard evidence. We don't want to have something that we don't want another tool that we have to debunk on top of
That's
whatever
interesting.
we're trying to debunk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What
What about those kinds that are on Amazon? Is that basically the same thing as an app? It's something that has. It sounds like radio static or something, and then a voice will come through.
Yeah, the spirit
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll use that. I still kind of debunk that a lot, but we'll use that. And another thing I want to make sure everybody knows is when you're using your equipment, don't put it all close to each other because it'll all set each other off. And also make sure your phone is either off or your phone is on airplane mode and your smart watches are off because they set off all kinds of equipment. So you're getting false readings the whole time you're thinking you're getting actual readings. You're getting false readings from the phone and the Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I have learned so much. You have a ginger cat.
I do.
I have two of them. It looks like it wreaks havoc like mine does.
Absolutely.
It's just something about gingers.
Yeah.
I'm a ginger, so. But this has been absolutely fascinating. I have 100% enjoyed it so much. I want to be friends with y'all. Please follow them. Y'all are just fabulous. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Come to Louisiana. Y'all all come to Louisiana and we'll take you on a ghost hunt.
Heck yes.
Absolutely.
I would love that. It'll be a whole bus full.
Hey, that's fine.
Do y'all have anything that you want to add?
Not that I can think of.
The only thing I want to add is, only because I get asked this all the time from people who follow us, they always say, why don't you go live on your ghost hunts, because so many people on TT
They do.
go live on their ghost hunts. And we do every once in a while, but the problem with that, again, is when you go live, your phone has to be on, and it has to be on Wi-Fi. Then you've got Wi-Fi in the building, which you really should turn off all Wi-Fi in houses and buildings when you investigate. So if we went live, we could be setting off the equipment, and it may not be a spirit, and we don't want to have false readings. So that's really why we don't go live that much on TT. If we do, we try to stay at least 25 feet or more away from the equipment, maybe way down the hall. We'll have a REM pod and have the Wi-Fi off, and hopefully not set it off. But that's really the only reason why we don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. When do y'all go live?
Every night.
What time?
Well, every night. Yeah, every night at 7 p.m. we just chit chat. We never stay on topic.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to watch y'all while I'm getting ready for my life.
Yeah, definitely.
And just hang out. Well, it's been a pleasure, Marcy, Heather. Y'all are great, 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 great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm going to shout it out again. Please follow Louisiana Spirits. They are fabulous ladies. And thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We really enjoyed it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job, and keep making those spirits show up.
Absolutely. Yeah. And thank you to everybody in your audience down there. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. Night dwellers love y'all. They have been talking and chatting and just having a ball. So, but thank you for being with us, and y'all take care.
Thank you.
Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Well, well, well. What a good night. Did y'all enjoy that? Was that not fun? I just had a sense that tonight was going to be fun. When I was talking with Julie, and let's thank Julie, because she really did reach out to them and, express that we would have interest in doing an interview and everything. So let's give Julie a round of applause. Great job. And let's give X a round of applause. She has brought in some great guests, Santa Paranormal, Chris Netzel, Louisiana Spirits. Julie did that. Y'all are just absolutely amazing. Such an amazing job. Y'all are just amazing. So big shout out. I'm just like, woohoo. If I had streamers and everything right now, I would do it. Memphis Ghost Hunters. Hello and welcome. And you've been on TV. I will have my night watchers make contact with you. I just love the paranormal. I love just interviewing investigators. So thank y'all so much. For those of you that have been in here, I hope this has been a fun, interactive live for everyone. You were on Conjuring? OMG. So nice to meet you, Memphis Ghost Hunters. Oh, they go live each morning. Okay, that's a big thing to know. So they do go live in the mornings as well. I just loved them. I love their spirits. No pun intended, but I did, and I thought they were great. Yes, we will be in touch, Memphis Ghost Hunter. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. We would give you a full live, a full show to talk. I don't want you to just, come in and have like 2 minutes here. We would want you to have a full show so you can tell us all about your experiences. You own the oldest cemetery in Memphis. Wow, that is amazing. All right, everyone. Well, my questions are over. I have had a wonderful time with all of you tonight. I'm just going to end the live just like this. Tomorrow night is Vampire Night. Tomorrow night is Crimson Queen, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. I will see you all tomorrow night. Good night, all. Love you.